Anyways, guys, I apologize for the delay. I wanted to let somebody know I was working on this video so they didn't blow my phone up, and if they text me back again, well, they're gonna have to wait. But I wanted to have the respect for them to tell them what I was doing. You're not gonna hear it in the video because I wasn't texting, so it shouldn't matter to you. But that's why there was a pause between me and coming back and talking to you guys. So anyway, let's get started. Is there anything I need to straighten out first? No. I believe, though, what we need to do is make sure that the weapons catalog is on manual operation here. Did I switch that? No, I didn't. Let's go ahead and switch that off so that they don't automatically buy weapons for us. We have an order of 24 12-pounder howitzers coming in, but that is automatic. So, can't really do nothing about that because that's just automatic. But future weapon purchases we're gonna purchase by ourselves to throw into the production queues. Without further ado, now that I know everything is straightened out the way it should be, I think I'm gonna put a couple more ironworks in South Carolina if I can find my original ironworks that I put in here. Okay, this is Georgia. I think I'm gonna put maybe give or take 5 of these around in Georgia, so let's go ahead and do that. This is gonna affect our economy, obviously, and it's gonna get worse. But again, I want to be able to produce weapons by ourselves without having to rely on foreign imports. So we got 3 ironworks coming so far. I'm gonna get 2 more because I don't want to overtax our economy too much. We probably could go with 9, but I don't really want to do that. We got 3, so we got 5 right now, I think. 1 plus 3, no, we need 1 more. And then I'm probably gonna put the same amount of foundries in as well, so that we're actually making the materials to what the ironworks actually needs. I might put more ironworks in at a later date, but right now we're gonna start with a small amount. And again, the strategy is here. The reason why we're building our industry in the Deep South is that if I keep the front lines locked down like this, they'll never get this far. And so that's going to allow us to upgrade our industry to the point of, keeping up with the North. But it's going to, again, require a lot. These foundries take less time than the ironworks, which is really, to a certain degree, that's good, but to a certain degree, that's kind of bad at the same time. Maybe I'll get 1 more ironworks and then call it good. I just want to make sure we get a decent collection of these ironworks so that we can start to produce on our own. It's being done. There we go. So 6 ironworks and 5 foundries right now. We'll be doing more than that. I just don't want to overtax the economy right now. I don't remember, did I choose policy? Yes, I did. As you can see, the foundries are building much faster than the ironworks. It takes what feels like 6 months for the ironworks to get done entirely. So that's why I kind of started those as early as I did, because they do take a long time. I mean, even the foundries take a while to build and stuff, but they don't take nearly as much time as the ironworks do. As you can see, our economy is improving slightly because I haven't built nothing for a little bit. But that's what I'm saying. We gotta be careful with our money here. Union's got the industry policy. We're gonna work on the government funding next year, and that's gonna bring us into chapter 2. We're not gonna get, government funding done totally. I just want to get government funding going so that we can get more money going to the economy, if that makes sense. Okay, we got 5 administrative for that. That's That's really, really good right now that we got that early on. And then we're just gonna get as much as the government funding policy done as quickly as possible here. I'm gonna start by making the armies kind of small so that we can have, armies that have a small force but at the same time big enough that they can fight. Then once we get the government funding, what I'll probably do is get the industry policy after that. So we have more going to the industry and stuff in regards to money. Yeah, that was really nice. We got military policy number 1 already, which has gathered quite a bit of money for us. And so when our industry gets completed here, we'll be able to make more of the weapons that we unlock. And that's about halfway done. The ironworks are about halfway done right now. So it's not going to be too much longer until that stuff is done now. Yeah. To be perfectly honest, guys, I think that I'm gonna edit the intro videos out for each chapter, but I do enjoy watching them personally. So if you guys do want to watch them, then let me know in the comments, and I won't do that. Just trying to make the video as short as possible for you guys right now. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do, guys. We're going to, at this point, I'm gonna start with the Army of Tennessee because we're gonna need people there, and then I'm going to make a small force, a very small force compared to what we'll see in the late game. But I'm gonna do that with the Army of the Potomac, and then also the Army of Shenandoah over Joseph Johnson, under Joseph Johnson. My apologies. It's gonna have 2 infantry divisions, nothing entirely special, if you will. Really, that's all our manpower right now? Are you serious? Okay, that's not great. All I did was 2 divisions of 3. Of course, that's 9,000 each, but still, that's abysmal. Yeah, we definitely need the recruitment officers, no doubt. I might be able to get, enough men in the Army of Tennessee to do 1 artillery battery. I'm not 100% sure. Let me see if I can. So under this artillery battery here, I want to see if we can at least get 3 artillery batteries here. Yes, we can. We actually have 4 because it started with 1. That means I'm gonna have to probably get the second recruitment law quicker than I want to, just because we don't have the manpower to continue the recruitment of these armies. I mean, we could make it smaller, like the increments that we recruit, but that's gonna make it so that we can't really compete with the Union unless we have superior technology. So we're kind of stuck right now, to be perfectly honest. And so we're gonna be fighting a defensive war for a while, guys, because if we don't, well, until we get ahead with technology and no doubt industry, we're not gonna have the capability to invade the North. Not really. So it's gonna be a lot of sitting around and watching the borders. And when we don't have the manpower to make an army, we're just gonna have to let the Union have their way for a little bit until we get the capability of striking back. I find that to be bullcrap. 94 days, yeah, right. So let me go recheck that. So I think that's BS. I really think that's BS. 94 days. I can't believe that. Yeah, 78 days. That's crazy. That's absolutely nuts. Factory workers funding animosity between nationalities. That was some kind of glitch or something, because now there's only 5 days left on that, and it hasn't even been 70 something days. 1.9 days. And then I think I'm gonna get Militia Act 2 just because we're gonna need it. They just got more money to the military. We've had it for a while now. Which reminds me, how are we doing on that subsidy thing? We still have quite a bit. I think that industry should be about done that we built at the beginning of the game. Of course, we got the funding law, so that's good. 400 something days. Yeah, right. We're not doing that. Got 24 days till we get Militia Act 2, which we need the recruits. And then we're gonna have to put money into the industry, guys, because we gotta get ahead of the North in regards to industry. Yeah, the ironworks stuff is almost done. These ironworks just take forever to build, guys. They really do. Got about 2 weeks until this is done. A little more than that. It's not going to be too much longer until Militia Act 2 is done. Which I might get 3 just to say that we have it, because that would give us a lot more manpower. But at the same time, I don't want to lag around on their stuff. So, come on, Ironworks. It's like this much of a thing, and they're already invading us. Of freaking course. And on our weakest point. Yep, that sounds about right, because we don't have the freaking manpower to freaking strengthen the Army Shenandoah. And it's so stupid because when you do the Army Shenandoah first, they go through Tennessee. And I was hoping I could avoid that, to be perfectly honest. Maybe I could send the Army Tennessee up there, but they're not gonna get there in time. But I mean, I could send them up there to kick them out. Yeah, I'm sending the Army Tennessee up there, but I'm not gonna be able to do much. This is what I mean when I say we're gonna have to bite the bullet and let the Union do what they want to do for a little bit. But I do want to hold them in the north, and I want to hold them in Tennessee so that they never get to the deep south, because the deep south is going to be our industrial hub. They take the deep south, then they take all our industry. And I think what we'll do is we will make some states full of plantations, but that also needs to be in the deep south as well, because up north in the northern southern states, they're not going to have much. Alright, the ironworks are just about done, which is going to help us a lot. Yep, they're all popping off now. Well, what do we got for finances going to each one? Military is 12 million. Okay, that would make sense. Political is 10 million. I'm running this dude up here as fast as possible. And that's what I'm doing, trying to prevent disaster, really. There we go. Dang. Exactly what I mean, guys. This stuff takes time. Can't tell you it any other way. And it might be dry at the beginning, but you know what? I'm trying to ensure that we win. That's all I can tell you. Probably want a lumber camp somewhere in here. Yeah, let's stick a lumber camp inside Virginia with all those trees in there. We'll start to pull some lumber out. That's probably the Missouri Guard, if I had to guess. Yeah, that's exactly it. See, this is normally what they do. They come through here. That's why I was kind of surprised that they went through Winchester, because they used to go through Winchester all the time at the beginning when this game was just starting out, but now they like to go through Missouri and Tennessee most of the time. And at this point, it really is just let the Union have their fun for a little bit. You guys might not like it, but I don't have a choice in that matter. As you can see, we have 27 days until this one reaches us. So when I tell you that, we gotta let them have their fun for a little bit, it's not a joke. And of course, the further you get away from the state that you've recruited that from, the longer it takes for them to get there. But I need to get the Army of Tennessee up in Virginia so that somebody can guard Winchester. Because if they break through the front line up in the northern southern states, well, on the road to Richmond, guys, and we can't afford that. We're just a couple miles from Lynchburg. Really, all things considered, right outside of Lynchburg right now. I'm surprised that the Department of Pennsylvania has stayed stationary for as long as it has. But building the Army of Tennessee was a tactical error, as you can see. But there was a reason I did that, because oftentimes it is Tennessee that they actually break through. And I didn't want that. But now, since I moved the Army of Tennessee from Tennessee to Virginia, they're gonna break through anyway. But we really can't have this either. And now they're going straight for Winchester right now. We'll get about the 2-year contracts in about 10 days here. And then we'll start to build our northern armies so that we can do something about the developments that are happening up here. But the Army of Tennessee is almost here. Thank God. Thank God indeed. And I'm not running on 5 times speed because I need to keep an eye on the developments that are happening. Looks like they're gonna punch through using Alexander. I'm trying to prepare ourselves as best I can. And even if I wanted to watch what was going on in Tennessee, I wouldn't be able to do nothing about it anyway. So that's why I'm not down there. I think what we'll do is we'll wait until we get the 2-year contracts, and then I'll end the episode. A little bit dry this episode, but the beginning usually is for the Confederacy. And I know there's gonna be some people that say, oh, you're racist, da 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 da. No, I just think the union campaign is way too easy. And when I say it's way too easy, it's way too easy. Even on harder difficulties. Whereas the Confederacy actually gives you challenge. Alright guys, I'm actually gonna end it a little bit early. We're already past an hour. I usually make these an hour long, so we're a little bit longer than I usually play these. So I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you want to see the first battle of the war, make sure you watch episode 2. We actually have done multiple series on the Confederacy in the past on the channel. However, I have not actually deliberately tried to make them a industrial powerhouse, which is what I'm trying to do right now with the Deep South. So I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys next time.